So we're gonna talk about the Housewives of Potomac really quickly because they wear me out because they're too old to be acting like this. So the last episode, Giselle and Monique got together and they were gonna talk about, um, you know, Ashley and what is her name? Ashley and Candace, and how they got so nasty with each other from last season, and they want them to come together and just basically be cordial and be in the same space without it being a problem. Candace apologizes and said, Ashley and I, we should talk another time. This is not the venue, which is correct. You're having brunch, you're eating, you're talking, enjoying yourselves. Ashley, we agree that it was wrong on both our ends. Let's talk later. It ends there. Then Monique talks about, oh, well, how come you invited Charisse and didn't tell me? Because, she's been saying nasty rumors. We do now know the rumors were that Monique is sleeping with her trainer and she was seen really close. We don't know if that's here nor there, and we don't really care. Then it goes to Robin and Giselle talking as they're still remodeling Giselle's $900,000 cabin/garage. And she was saying, Robin said, I never thought in a million years I would ever be talking to you about you getting back with Jamal, but I have nothing to say about that because of me and Juan's situation. Then Giselle, she's like, oh, she's 49 years old, okay? And you are still in this messy teenage conversation mode. Well, Jamal was in the process of, getting selected to be senior pastor at New Birth, and he saw how humbling it was. So he felt that he should get back with me because, I make him happy. Is that what you thought? But if that's true, then okay. I mean, come on. Then she was telling Robin how the girls are not here for it. The girls are not here for them being together, not them as like him being their dad is fine and her being their mom is fine, but them in the same space is not fine. They're not comfortable. They look uncomfortable when they come around each other. And they were saying that when he calls the girls, he then calls Giselle to say, I just talked to the girls. Like, you don't have to tell mom that you talked to us. And they just feel it's fake. Kids know more than we give them credit for. And they have feelings that we don't always subscribe to. Then they go to Wendy, and she's getting ready for her CNN correspondent job, and she has her beautiful little girl. She has two boys, Carter and Cruz. I believe they're twins. She addresses them as such. Like when she talks about one, the other one's right behind, and they didn't show the other. I think it's Cruz and Carter, but they didn't show Carter's age. And she was saying, let's get ready for, grandma to come because she wants them to learn the language. And, of course, typical boys, no, we don't care. We don't want to learn. We don't want to learn. And her mom comes over anyway and teaches them how to count in Igbo, which is sweet. And it's always helpful for kids to know a second language. I got nothing to say about Wendy right now because Wendy is that girl and she has a lot of accolades. She's very well spoken. She doesn't seem messy yet. Then Giselle and Jamal go out for Giselle's birthday. She has the girls in an Uber Black. They meet at the pier in Annapolis, Maryland, where there's like a whole big water. It's the Potomac kind of like, and there's a lot of boats. Not Potomac, it's not the other side. Annapolis, Maryland is just like a pier. And he rents, oh, Daddy pulled out all the stops. He's doing this for my birthday. And she's saying to the girls in the car, like, aren't you excited? And they're like, we do this every year with him. And it was like, oh, they called you out, Giselle, because according to Giselle, this is the first time it's ever happened. But the girl's like, Ma, please. And then, of course, Bravo does the little snippets of every year how he's involved in a picture. The shade. Then they get on the boat, and let's just look at the awkward moment of crickets. And then the boat chimes, and Giselle's like, it's just, you're killing me because it's just dead air. You look stupid. But I'll play it. Go ahead. I'll wait. Exactly. Then it comes back, and they talk about, because there's nothing to talk about with the father. They just looking crazy. But the last time they saw each other, and they're like, oh, it was like 3 weeks. And Giselle's like, no, it was 2 weeks before I saw you, and 1 week before I saw you. And they're just like, and like at the point, and now what? Then he gives the kids a piece of paper, and he's basically giving them partnership in this restaurant he owns called Arizona's. I looked it up. It's been around 14 years in Lithonia, Georgia, Stonecrest area. It's called Arizona's. I mean, and it looks like it's a nice investment. It's a nice investment piece for the kids. It's good that they have ownership in their names when they grow up. That's what they can start to get into if they so choose. And then the girls go to the restroom because their boat is about to dock. And listen to what Giselle thinks is Jamal saying that she can only be happy if they're together. Listen.
I hope you enjoyed your birthday.
I did, thank you. I appreciate you.
When was the last time you were happy on your birthday?
So, unless I'm with you,
exactly.
I can't be happy.
He didn't
say that. But everybody said they haven't seen.
Giselle, you are just looking for attention in every which way, and you're not getting it, and it's really getting tired. Then the girls reunite at Ashley's Sip and See, and shockingly, Robin is on time and early, and when it comes late is Karen. But then they're all talking about Monique. Monique is talking about how Ashley isn't a real friend because she invited Cherie. She didn't even give her a heads up, blah, blah, blah. And then Karen goes to her confessional and says she's not a fan of Wendy. Why? We don't know. It doesn't make sense? No. But Karen doesn't like anybody that's above her, or so it seems. And then Ashley, in true Ashley fashion, comes to show up in mess. And she says, well, I don't want to be the one talking behind your back, so I'm going to tell you what was said. They were basically saying, girl, they were talking about you, and they said, and it's like, but okay. So then Ashley feels attacked again, and then she gets up and leaves, and Candace goes after her, and they start talking, and they try to mend the relationship, and she's just like, no, not yet. We shall see what happens. So we'll see what happens next week. It wasn't that eventful. Thank y'all. Talk to you later.